Yeah, I'm thinking that if AMC breaks 41, I'll probably take it long to 44 or 45. I think AMC has some good opportunity and some nice potential today. Again, you throw AMC on a 30-minute chart. Look at last Thursday, the open. It's one big cup and handle formation. Definitely think that we could see AMC pop back up and retest those 44.50 highs. Actually, let's just call it 45. Make it easy for you guys. Right around 45 bucks. How often do you trade companies on the earning days? I rarely ever trade companies on their earning days. It's rare. If we're talking large cap plays, so like Tesla, right? Tesla had earnings last night. Am I really going to be trading this play the day off earnings? No. No. I'm just not a fan, you know? Little extra choppy, a little extra volatile the day of, right? The day before and the day after earnings. Just a little messy, a little unpredictable when it comes to earnings. So usually I just don't touch plays the day before and the day after earnings. I mean, I'll trade right after the earnings if there's a nice technical setup, but typically that's rare. What's my biggest trade? So my biggest trade was like $13,000. My biggest loss was like $13,000. So, you know, I've had some big wins. I've had some big losses. It's not about my biggest trade. It's about how consistent I am. You know, those are my bragging rights. I don't brag at all about my green days. I'm very just kind of laid back and humble with it. You know, I share more about my red days than my green days. But, yeah, I mean, what really hypes me up and fires me up is not how big my green day is, but how consistent I was, right? If I only made 300 bucks, but I was super consistent and I was disciplined and I was a smart professional trader, I'm fired up. I'm more fired up than if I make 5 grand because I got lucky. If I make 5 grand because I got lucky, I'm not fired up. I'm just like, fuck, I got lucky. It is what it is. I'm more fired up and more hyped up if I would make $300 just because I was that consistent and disciplined. So right now, we're going to be going live in the next 10 minutes, guys, over on YouTube. So everybody here on TikTok, if you want to join us, pre-market commentary session, YouTube. I did not mean to change the filter. That's weird. Again, from 9 to 9:30, we're going to talk about all the stocks, what's gapping up, what has the best potential, and where you guys should be looking for the day. Again, that's Alpha Day Trading over on YouTube. The first day that we get 100 active members or viewers over on YouTube, I'm going to give away a free month of chat. So if we hit 100 viewers today and 100 likes on the stream, I'm going to be giving away a free month of chat. And who knows, maybe I'm really, really generous and I decide to give away even more stuff. That typically happens. When I start giving away stuff, I just can't stop. It's like an addiction. I just keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. Tracy over on YouTube. Good morning, Tracy. Did the guys over at Merrill Lynch? Was it Merrill Lynch, Tracy? The guys call me yet? The ones that I need to help out. So right now, I'm really liking the wedge formation on OBSV. So right now, for everybody on TikTok, YouTube, inside of chat that's kind of listening to the TikTok live stream through the mic, right now, my number one watch, I really do like OBSV. I really like OBSV. This is probably the number one play that I'm watching out of the gate. Nice possible small account trade, nice large account. I mean, OBSV looks really, really good out of this wedge. As long as we can hold above $3, as long as we're above $3 and we're not breaking outside of the wedge, I think we have some good opportunity here on OBSV right into the start of the day, right around 9:30. So we'll keep that one on high watch. I do like OBSV a lot. EYEG is just it's having a hard time. You know, it's really struggling right now. It initially broke that downtrend. Nice little pop, but right now it's inside another little bit of a downtrend here. So, you know, EYEG, definitely going to keep that on watch, but it's just not really getting that action that I want to see. OGN looks a little bit better. OBSV is a 60 million float play as well, and it's $1, so it's not going to take a lot to get this going, and it does have some decent room to the upside. So it has room until like the 120s. They were so busy asking you how you picked your wins. That's awesome. BT's on watch. LCID, the IPO name change. I said IPO name change. It was CCIV, right? Someone said it was CCIV. Oh, Churchill Capital. CCIV is CCIV. LCID is Lucid Group. So two completely different things. So just some clarification. I saw someone say CCIV was Lucid. It was a name change. That's not correct. CCIV is Churchill Capital. That's CCIV. LCID is Lucid Group. All right, so that was the IPO yesterday. Churchill Capital IV scheduled shareholder meeting for Lucid merger on July 2nd. Lucid Motors. Okay, what was yesterday? Lucid Motor debuts on NASDAQ through merger with Churchill Capital. Oh, is it? Okay, so I'm fucked up. So I'm wrong. That's okay. I'll accept it. So the ticker changed yesterday. Okay, so I am wrong. All right, I'll take that. I was wrong. You know, I was like, I just typed in CCIV, and I'm like, well, CCIV, right? You know, I still see the chart, and I still see movement. I thought this was pre-market. That's not pre-market. That was post-market. When I had glanced, I'm like, no, it's moving right now, right? It's moving. This is pre-market. What are you doing, guys? But no, you're absolutely right. CCIV, yep. Now LCID. Hey, I fucked up, guys. It happens every now and then. But yeah, we'll definitely be watching LCID today. I'm just curious to see if it gets any kind of action. Yesterday, it moved a little bit from a low of 25 to a high of 29. So we'll see if there's still activity here over on LCID. All right, what time is it? 8:55. We'll run that intro in the next minute, and we'll get ready to go, guys. Yes, Sean, thank you, guys. I appreciate it. I messed up. I didn't look hard enough. When I was looking at CCIV and I saw the trading in that gray box, I'm like, yeah, it's in pre-market. It's trading. What are you guys talking about? I'm like, yep, no, I'm wrong. And I think we got a good watch list going on, guys. METX doing anything right now? No. DYAI. We'll keep that one on watch as well. DYAI. All right, cool. So I got everything pretty much what I'm looking at. The last one that I want to look at is OSAT. And nothing really going on there. So I think we got a pretty damn good watch list. So let's go ahead and roll the intro. And let's get started. Let's get fired up, team. And let's have an awesome day. Good morning, traders. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, and happy Tuesday, guys and girls. Are you guys fired up? Because I'm fired up. After yesterday, we're definitely looking for a hot market, a clean market, a consistent market, because I'm fired up to find these A+ setups and make some awesome profit. So once again, everybody over on YouTube, good morning. Everybody inside the chat, good morning as well. Happy Tuesday. You always love the intro. Thank you, Tracy. I thought about changing up that intro, but nah, I love the intro. But again, happy Tuesday. Good morning. I hope you guys had an amazing night and that you guys are just fired up, motivated, and hungry, ready to attack this market and make some big time profits, team. So again, I don't want to waste a lot of time. I don't want to sit here and ramble and rant. I just want to dive right into it, talk about everything that I see here in pre-market, and then have some time to look at some of your tickers and look at your stocks and do some analysis, answer your guys' questions right before the market opens. So it is 8:58 in the morning. It is July 27th. We have a total of 4 trading days to go until the end of the month, until the small account challenge starts. So I want to continue the rock and roll. I want to have good days. I want to have clean days, consistent days today until the end of the week, and carry that momentum into the first week of our small account challenge. So again, let's make sure we're sitting back, we're being extra patient, We're being extra disciplined. We're calculating the right size. We're not over leveraging in size. We're not taking on too much size. We're not taking on too much risk, that we're not jumping the gun prematurely. Everything that I'm saying is what Josh did yesterday. Yes, I'm reiterating this for myself and for you guys as well. So again, make sure you're sitting back, you're being disciplined, you're being patient, you're waiting for the best of the best setups. You're not jumping the gun, and you're not taking on too much size. Yesterday, we did see the market pop right out of the gate, right? We had some nice action the first 15, 20 minutes. Then we started to see the market kind of sit sideways and become very, very, very choppy. And then, out of nowhere, BTBT, right around 1 o'clock, going on a nice big rip and run from around 550, hitting highs yesterday of 941. So again, let's just sit back and see what we have going on. Do we have those early morning spikes? Is the market going to sit sideways? Are we going to see some nice lunchtime activity? Or are we going to see some nice power hour activity? I tell you what, guys, I'm here. I'm ready to go. I want to make great trades, and I want to see that profit come on in with everybody, not just me. So if we see the same thing we saw yesterday and kind of last week as well, with those early morning spikes, kind of the stocks fading and sitting sideways, becoming more choppy, and then lunch in power hour being very hot, we will be here on the mic just to make sure that we do not miss any opportunity. All right, so again, let's go ahead and not waste any time, and let's go ahead and start diving into our upgappers currently on the leaderboard. All right, so we're going to start with EYEG. NTEC, there's nothing really to talk about here over on NTEC team. All right, NTEC is only trading 27,000 shares. Right now, yep, it's gapping up after it got unhalted. Right now, NTEC is absolutely doing nothing, right? So we're not even going to focus on this. We're going to look at EYEG, right? This is number 2 on the leaderboard. So EYEG is currently up 100% in pre-market. It is trading 8.5 million shares. On average, it trades 155,000. So again, EYEG has a lot of attention. It has a lot of volume, right? It's trading like almost 100 times its average daily volume. So that tells me that there's a lot of people. There are a lot of traders currently looking and trading and watching EYEG. It's a low float stock as well. It's 6.8 million in float. So now we know it's gapping up. We know that there's a lot of attention here on this play. The volume is substantial in comparison against, its average daily. And it's a low float play. But why is EYEG even moving on up in the first place? Again, every single morning, I'm posting every single stock that has news for the day. So right here, this was last night. We actually have some news last night. So EYEG announces appointment of Brian M. Strim, PhD, as President and Chief Executive Officer. So maybe this Brian guy is like the guy. Everybody in the stock market world knows who this Brian guy is. And now he's the President and Chief Executive Officer for EYEG. Guys, I have no idea who this Brian Strim is, right? All I know is he's got a PhD, and he's the President, and he's the Chief Executive Officer now of EYEG. So looking at the press release, I'm like, okay, it's all right. They're just appointing a new President and Chief Executive Officer, a new CEO, right? Why is this stock really ripping on up? Well, again, this news dropped last night. And again, traders were hungry. Traders wanted to get something going, okay? We look at our top gainers from yesterday. BTBT, fading on off in post-market, right? NCTY, fading on off in post-market. But then we have EYES come out with a press release, and it starts getting some traction, and traders just start diving on in and piling on into EYEG. So that's why this play is up right now. They have an okay press release. If I knew who this Brian guy was, maybe he's like the guy. He's the guy, right? And it's like, oh, it's kind of like Carl Icahn, right? Anytime you see the name Carl Icahn in a press release, it's like that stock rips and runs. So maybe this Brian guy is the guy that you start seeing his name in press releases, these stocks are going to rip and run. Again, I don't know who it is. All I know, the stock has a press release. All of our top gainers last night when the market closed started giving all of their gains back. And then boom, EYEG has a press release. Traders start piling on in, taking this play from around $3.12 all the way to $9.85. So this stock has momentum. This stock already has activity and attention from last night. So when the market opens this morning, where are traders going? They're going right back over to EYEG. So again, that's why EYEG is moving on up. right now we know that we have support right around $6, right around that first pullback from post market, right? And then we had that nice big leg up. So right now we want to keep EYEG on watch to see if it can hold above $6. What if it cannot hold above $6? What if it continues to crack and come on down? Well, we're looking at the daily chart. Back in March, we actually have a nice little bounce level, right? Back in May, nice little area of resistance. Back in June, nice little level of resistance, and it's psychological support and resistance as well. So if we cannot hold above 6 and really start moving back up, we could definitely come all the way back down to $5 before we see any kind of pop, any kind of bounce, any kind of reversal, okay? The only thing that I see right now on EYEG is we just have this nice little downtrend. So again, we're watching this above 6. Essentially, we want to see this stock hold above a key level of support and give us a nice setup for a possible downtrend break. Now, if we get that setup off 6, we're making our entries for the break of the downtrend. How high can we see EYEG go? We'll back up into this level right here. Let's go ahead and remove that. And I'm going to say right around, I want to come down just a little bit, 761, right? Look at all these upper shadows. Yes, the high right here was 806. The high here was 797. The high there was 789, but it closed below 761 each time, right? Spiked up, closed below, spiked up, closed below, spiked up, closed below. And if we look left, we can see that it was a bounce area last night and another little area of support last night. So I'm not going to mark up my target all the way off that spiking high at 809 because I see better resistance right around 761. So our first target on EYEG would be right around that 761 level. Then I would say look for a second target right around those highs, right around those spiking highs, right around like 8 to 806. Then we're looking up towards around those spiking highs, right around 850. And then we do have a lot of room to retest those spiking highs from last night up towards around 985 here on EYEG. So again, we have $6 support. We lose 6. Your next best level of support is all the way back down at $5. Again, we're just waiting for a setup here on EYEG to hold up above a level of support to give us a nice setup for the break of the downtrend. And we know that we have our targets overhead. 761, $8, 849, and then 977 here on EYEG. It's a good play. It's moving up. It has volume. But honestly, I've already done the legwork. I've already looked at all these plays. I know what stocks that I want to be watching out of the gate, and I don't think it's going to be EYEG right out of the gate. Definitely adding it to the watch list. It has news. It has volume. It's a low float play. It's holding its gains fairly well. But I think we have better opportunity in pre-market, right? What do I think has better opportunity? I think OBSV has some pretty damn good opportunity, guys, right? I mean, it's inside this nice little falling wedge right into $3 support. If we can get a nice hold above $3 and start breaking this downtrend, I think we could see OBSV all the way back up towards around those highs of 389. Breaking over 389, we could see this play all the way up towards around 437, 461, and then $5 today over on OBSV, right? OBSV is currently gapping up now. It was number 2 or 3 on the leaderboard. Right now, it's all the way down at like number 8. It's a 60 million in float stock, right? So it's a larger float play, but it's also a less expensive stock. So it's not going to take as much to get OBSV going, right? OBSV is trading 7 million shares. On average, it trades 700,000. So again, we have activity, we have attention, we have volume. Why is OBSV moving on up? Well, they entered into a license agreement to develop and commercialize investigational agent being evaluated at a first-in-class treatment for preterm labor. So the biggest thing that we take away from this is they're entering into a global licensing agreement. All right, so we have some good news there. Couple hot keywords on OBSV. OBSV is in this falling wedge, and this wedge is coming to an end right at support. So I want to see if OBSV can stay above $3 and break out of the wedge to the upside, right? Nice tight stops, nice reward to the upside. We have news, we have volume, we have an okay flow. I really do like OBSV. If we start cracking below 3, not even watching OBSV anymore. However, if we hold above 3 and we get that confirmation break over that nice downtrend out of this wedge, I do think OBSV can go on a nice big time move today, at least to retest those highs of 389. Now, yes, we will have targets before we get to 389. What are our targets going to be? It's going to be these previous highs. That's all. It's going to be those previous highs. So boom, that high right there. Boom, that high right there. Those are going to be some okay little targets. So right around 332 would be a good little target, right? Right around 355 would be a nice target. And then up towards around 389 and 380s. Those would be some good targets just right off those previous highs. All right, so I do like OBSV. And again, I want to keep this on watch as probably, one of my top 3 plays right at the market open. All right, moving on. We have OGN as number 3 on the leaderboard. All right, OGN, I'm currently up $152 on the day. Small trade, simple trade. I took it for about 4 cents to the upside. And I'm glad I did because it came back down and it would have stopped me out. So I was able to lock in a small 152. I was 5,000 shares in, 5,000 shares out. That is about $40 in commissions and fees. So in reality, I'm only up $110 on the day. I haven't really seen too much I wanted to get involved with. So I saw one good setup on OGEN and I took it for a small 152. But again, after commissions and fees, I'm only making about $110. Why did I take the trade on OGEN? Well, I saw the stock this morning had news, right? OGEN enters into a license agreement, just like OBSV, but this is in regards to rapid development of next generation COVID-2 vaccines, right? So that's even better than OBSV, right? This is in regards, right? They're talking about licensing agreement for the rapid development of COVID vaccines. And what's hot right now? What's the talk in the town? What is everybody talking about? It's the new Delta variant, right? It's the new COVID variant out there. So we're seeing stocks issuing COVID releases, COVID press releases, and we're seeing some nice plays, right? So OGEN, not only are they entering into a license agreement with the National Research Council of Canada, but they're pursuing the rapid development of next generation COVID vaccines. That's a pretty good press release. That's why OGEN is gapping up 56%. That's why OGEN has traded 26 million shares in pre-market. OGEN has some of the most volume here in pre-market at 26 million shares. On average, it trades 2 million. It's a large float play. It's over 100 million in float, but it's $1. It's $1 stock, right? It's not going to take as much to get OGEN going. Again, why did I take this trade? I saw the news. I saw the volume. I saw that this play had opportunity up to $1. So I see the stock moving on up, moving on up. I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it. I see this nice big green candle on the 5-minute chart, and I see a nice 2-legged pullback, right? Basically, it's just a decreasing volume pullback. You can call it a 2-legged pullback. You got a 3-legged pullback. Basically, the stock was pulling back on decreased volume into that prior level of resistance, new support, and it also respected the VWAP. So again, stock pushed up, 2 5-minute candles to the downside, held above the VWAP, held above the previous high as new support, and it occurred on decreased volume. I took my entry here. It popped up over 95. I took my profits, right? I just got in and I got out because what I noticed at that point in time was a possible head and shoulders formation, right? So I was looking at it on the 5. I'm like, the 5-minute looks good, healthy decreasing volume pullback. Then I'm kind of like, man, I wish I would have just looked at it on the 1-minute chart because now I'm noticing this left shoulder, this head, and that possible right shoulder, right? So that's why I went ahead and got out. It was right at that left shoulder high. It was right at 95 resistance. I went ahead and got out. I wasn't greedy. I wasn't bag holding this up to 98. I went ahead and locked in my profits because I saw a possible a 1-minute reversal, right? A little bit of that head and shoulders. And what happened? It did come back down. It would have stopped me out. I'm glad I took profits, but it actually held its gains, and now we're hitting new highs of around $1.05. So right now, OGEN, we know we have good news. OGEN has the best volume here in pre-market, 26.8 million shares here on OGEN. Now, how high can it go? Or how low can OGEN go? Well, right now, we know we have pretty good support right around 89 to 90 cents. We have $1 resistance. If we can break over $1 and start trading over $1, we have room to 108, 123, and then 131 here on OGEN. If we start cracking below 89 cents, we can actually fall all the way back down. First target, 84 cents. 84 to 85 cents right off those highs. If we start cracking below 84 to 85 cents, watch for this stock to pull back and come all the way back down towards around 75 cents today. All right, so really, those are your two key levels of support. Right now, right around 90 cents. We lose 90 down towards around 85 cents. All right, we start cracking below 85. I don't really see OGEN doing too much today, and we could definitely see it all the way back down towards around 75 cents. But if we can break and hold over $1 and we can start really moving on up, if this is the top play of the day, we have room to 108, 123, and 131 here on OGEN, right? So we've talked about OGEN. We've talked about EYEG. We've talked about OBSV, probably my #1 watch out of the gate, right? There's not really more to talk about, team. We're going to be watching BTT again today. BTT was a nice big mover yesterday from around $5, hitting highs at $9.41. This stock gave everything back, but we are holding above that 50% fib level, right? We are holding above that 50% fib level. What else is significant about that 50% fib level? Well, if we go look at the daily chart, look at where your 50 SMA is, and look at where prior support and resistance was. It was right around 730, right? That 50% retracement off the low to the high is right around 706. But if you actually take it right off that point, intraday low to intraday high, the 50% fib is right around 733. So, I mean, you could put your fib down at the lowest point from pre-market, or you can drag it up to that low point right there, you know, intraday before the move even happened to the upside. Either way, it's pretty darn close on BTT. So we have a nice little 50% retracement. We are right back down, holding above our 50 SMA. We're holding above that prior level of support and resistance right around that 727 to 750 area. I think BTT could have another nice day to the upside. So again, my level of support right around $7. My fib that I had drawn was off that low point, and that's right around that 50% fib. So as long as BTT is trading above $7 today, we just want to see it re-break 8, right? If we can have BTT re-break 8, we have a lot of room back up towards around 940, right? So BTT is definitely on high watch today for a continuation from yesterday. And I'm sure you guys are wondering about NCTY, right? NCTY had a really nice day as well. However, we're below a lot of these key technicals levels, right? The fib wasn't too valid. The fib wasn't really honored, but we're below that 1173, right? Why is that significant? There was just a lot of support and resistance right around that 1173, okay? So looking at, you know, NCTY, we do have room back up to yesterday's highs of 1390, right? I would say probably right at 1373, 1375, and support's all the way back down at 1036. I do want to keep NCTY on watch, but if we look at both of yesterday's movers, BTT looks like it has better opportunity, right? This stock closed strong above its 50 SMA. That was a strong close yesterday. If we go look at NCTY, it closed right below, right, its 50 SMA, and it gave a lot back. Yeah, BTT gave a lot back as well, but it had a better close yesterday. NCTY didn't have as nice and as strong of a close. So I want to keep both of these on watch. You know, if we're going to see any kind of action, any kind of momentum from yesterday's gainers, I personally think it would be BTT, but I do want to keep NCTY on watch as well. Again, right now it's trying to form support right around 1107. You start cracking below 1107, we do have room down towards around 1036, okay? We start breaking over 12. Start breaking over 1223. We do have room up towards around 1277 and then room up towards around 1376. So a couple back burner plays, guys, right? Yesterday's top gainers, BTT, back burner play, want to keep that on watch. NCTY, big time mover yesterday, okay? I want to keep this one on watch as well as a back burner. But the top stocks that I want to focus on right at the start of the day, OBSV is my #1 watch, all right? OBSV is my #1 watch. We are watching EYEG for the break of the downtrend. We do have a lot of nice room to the upside. Right now, support right around $6, okay? And then OGEN. We know we have support right around 90 cents. We start cracking 90 cents, room down to 84. Really, we want to see this break and hold above $1. We could see it up towards around 123 and 131 today. So those are my top plays, right? I'm watching, again, OBSV as my #1 watch, followed by probably OGEN, just to see if it breaks over $1, and then we're definitely watching EYES for the break of the downtrend. Two back burner plays, yesterday's gainers, NCTY and BTBT. All right, those are my stocks. 3 on watch right out of the start of the day, right out of the gate. All right, 2 back burners from yesterday. We're also going to maybe watching DYAI. All right, DYAI. Pretty sure they had some news this morning. They announced technology transfer and licensing agreement with South Africa's Rubik. What? I can't read today. Aiming to develop and commercialize vaccines for distribution throughout the African continent. So DYAI with some good news. DYAI is a 20 million in float stock, trading 3 million shares. So it has volume. On average, it trades 200. So it has volume. It's a low float play. It has news. But again, it spiked all the way to 535 and just absolutely gave everything back. So again, DYAI doesn't have a clean setup right now, right? We look at EYES. Hey, downtrend break setup coming on up. We can see that this one has a good setup. OBSV setting up inside of this wedge. That has a good setup. We look at DYAI. Maybe it's trying to double bottom off 4. It's not as clean. It's not as good of a setup. So right now, it is another back burner play. But again, it has news. It definitely has potential to move to the upside. We could definitely see this back up towards around 523 to retest those highs, as well as the 200-day simple moving average on the daily chart. All right, guys? So again, that's my watch list. That's what I'm looking at, why I'm looking at it. Again, the stocks have news. They have credible reasons to be moving. Doing that due diligence, getting you guys prepared for the day so you know where the best opportunity is and what we should be looking at right at 9:30. And again, if you're just now tuning in, right at 9:30, I'm watching OBSV and I'm watching EYEG. These 2 stocks right now are actually trying to set up to where we have higher probabilities of being right versus being wrong. These other plays right now don't have A+ setups, but they're definitely still on watch. So now we have 10 minutes. Questions, comments, concerns, tickers that you guys are looking at. Some analysis just to revalidate that analysis for you. Now's the time, guys. Everybody inside the chat, give me a good morning. It's crazy. Everybody on YouTube hooks me up with a good morning, but I don't get a good morning from the team inside the chat. What's going on, guys? You're leaving me hanging. No, I'm kidding. But Catherine, good morning. Wade, what's up? Good morning, Wade. XELA. So what's going on with XELA? So do we have any news, guys? Good morning. Do we have any news on XELA? So right here at 7:30, XELA Technologies reports strong SMB user growth with over 2 times their new signups. Okay. So again, 2x new signups. Company reports DMR and dry sign delivered growth of 99% and 144% in their respective customer bases. So okay, we got some decent news. XELA is a former runner. This stock was ripping and running the month of July, hitting highs of $5. Now we have some news. Now we see XELA trying to get some action to the upside. Let's go ahead and dive into this real quick. Let's see where we could go on XELA. The first level I'm noticing is right there at 311. Spiking high from the 30th of June, spiking high from the 21st of July. So that's kind of that area that I noticed right off the bat where those boop, boop, 2 spiking highs, almost a little bit of a bounce play. We had the open here that day and we bounced off that level on the 12th. So 311, right? Want to see this play breaking over 311. Breaking over 311, room to 388 and $4. Over $4, a lot of room to 5, right? So right now, XELA, that's where we have room to go. 311, anything over 311, pretty much up to $4 and then $5, right? Pretty easy stuff here on XELA. Where's support? I would put your support right now back down towards around 279, right? Right off that little bit of a bounce low. And that's also the open. That's also the open and a bounce. I mean, it's not the greatest. Let's look back a little bit. I mean, the 278 is not the greatest level, right? If I had to readjust that level to where I liked it, I would honestly throw the best level of support at 260, right? Spiking high yesterday, pretty close to the 20 EMA. So it just looks like that level has a little bit more price action around it, right? Bounce here recently in July. right? Bounced a few days. Bounced. Closed right at that level. Yesterday, spiking high, pretty close to the 20 EMA. Spiking high from last year in June. So I do like the 261 level of support just a little bit better. So again, back down towards around like 261 to 263 support on XELA. Really want to see XELA breaking over that 311, 312, and that's when we could really see some nice action here on XELA up towards around $4 first. Morning, morning, morning. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Scott, good morning from Tampa. Good morning from Trinity, Florida, 30 minutes away. GDP, Mexoids, Tracy, Chad, Scott, Sean, Rick. Good morning, everybody over on YouTube. Definitely do us a favor and smash that like button. Hit the subscribe button. That really nice notification bell as well. So anytime we go live, guess what? It's going to go ding. And you're going to know when we go live over on YouTube. Because guess what? Here in the next couple of weeks, we're going to start going live in the evening. Right around 6 to 7 o'clock p.m. Reviewing the day. Looking at what we have in store for the next day. Doing some Q&A sessions again in the evenings. Monday through Friday from around 6 to 7 o'clock p.m. So again, make sure you're hitting subscribe, hitting that notification bell, liking the stream, because not only are we doing it in the morning, we're also going to be doing some recaps in the day as well. Jose, good morning. OBSV is really starting to struggle here in this wedge. We may not even have a good setup here. So right now, I'm going to remove that downtrend off the lows. And let's just look at the downtrend off the highs. We are starting to crack outside of that wedge formation just a little bit. Right now, if we really look at OBSV, how low could it go? Well, OBSV could technically fall. I mean, you have the 200-day moving average and the 50-day moving average right in the 280s. So that would be a decent little level to see OBSV hold above. Maybe like 280 to 290. Again, you do have two key moving averages right there that could definitely hold this play up as support. NVIDIA? So we actually closed right at the 20 EMA. We're below the 20 EMA. So if we pop back above 193 today, we could see it squeeze back up and retest yesterday's highs. And if we break over yesterday's highs, we could see NVIDIA back up towards around 195.66. So, I mean, you might be able to get $2 to $3 out of NVIDIA today to the upside if we actually confirm the break back above 193. You could take it long up towards around 194.30 and then possibly back up to 195.66. However, if we do not break back above 193, I would expect to see a little bit of a red day back down into the 189 level. Okay, so really that 193 is key. 193 holds it down as resistance, and we see some selling pressure. We see a reversal around 193. Don't look to go long on that play. It has room all the way down to 189. Breaking over 189, that 193, we do have room to 195.66, which was Friday's highs. So right now we have about 2 minutes to go. You guys are looking at NIO on the daily. I mean, it's just choppy. I mean, at first glance, I mean, it's choppy. Let's just look at, the 5 minute. Let's look at, possible moves today. Breaking over 42.86. That was going to be Friday's bouncing low. Monday's pre-market resistance, yesterday's pre-market support, pre-market resistance. 42.86 is a key level here on NIO, right? If you break over 43, watch for buyers to move in and possibly get this back up towards around 44.87. Again, if we don't break over 43, watch for this to get rejected and possibly come back down into the low 40s here on NIO. So 43 is a key level. Again, breaking over 43, you have room to 45. That's 2 points. Not breaking over 43 and we get rejected and we start selling off today, you could see this all the way back down towards around $40 here on NIO. So right now we have 44 seconds to go, team. 44 seconds to go. So right now, what do you think the top stock is going to be? What do you got? We got 22 seconds. Do you guys think it's going to be BTBT? You guys think it's going to be OGN, EYES, or OBSV? What do you guys think is going to be the best stock to watch for the day? Maybe LCID. You guys have 7 seconds. What do we think is going to be the top stock of the day, guys? I'm personally going to be watching OBSV here right out of the gate. I'm just curious to see if we come down into those moving averages and bounce. Maybe a little red to green move, then break that downtrend. I mean, I do like OBSV a little bit. So let's kind of keep this on watch and see if we get any kind of setup here. EYEG below that 626. I mean, we could find support around $6, but EYES, a little bit of a sell-off. OGEN had a nice little pop right out of the gate, up towards around that $1 mark. BTBT. Nothing LCID, nothing DYAI. Not too much. XELA, getting a nice little pop here on XELA. We want to watch that over that 311 mark. And then AMC, I do want to keep AMC on watch today above 39.36. This one definitely has room back to 41, breaking over 41, room to 44 and 45 there on AMC. Right now, I'm not a fan of really anything right out of the gate, right? OGN, am I a fan of it right at $1? No. EYEG, not until it gets back above that 626. OBSV, it came right down to that 288. Let's keep this on watch for a possible little, maybe like a little U-shaped break back over the open. Again, a little risky here, but OBSV breaking that downtrend has room back up into the high $3, right to like the 389 area. MOGU's doing absolutely nothing right now. AHPI. AHPI is getting some action. No news. Former mover trying to get some hype towards it. So we'll just kind of keep AHPI on watch, see if that gets some action. And there's no news on AHPI. Just coming off a decent little green day yesterday. Right now, we're only 3 minutes into the market, guys. Right now, we're just kind of scanning, right? We're scanning through to see what stocks are doing the best. Watching for a possible reversal here on SPY, right? Decreasing volume pullback. Watch for a possible big time U-shape back up towards around 440. Right now, I don't really see too much that I like, team. I'm sitting on my hands right now. I'm just sitting on my hands right now. DYAI is the only play that's really getting some nice action. So right now, DYAI, team, is our #1 watch. DYAI. The stock's getting halted right at our resistance level. So I like this for a gap up halt strategy here on DYAI. The stock is getting halted at 444. Top stock to watch right now is DYAI for the halt strategy. This one has room back up into the 520s. So right now, DYAI is the #1 watch. This one will be live in about 5 minutes. AHPI trying to flag here a little bit, but again, there's no real reason for this to be moving on up. We'll keep it on watch to see if it can continue to move up over 7 or if it's a little bit of a pump and dump. All right, so OGEN is over $1, right? So right now we have $1 support here on OGEN. We just broke $1. Ran up about 8 to 10% to 108, 109, hitting highs, right? I want to see the pullback first. Let's see if we get a nice little pullback back down to $1. Then we could look for that long for the break over 108, 109 for that rip and run up towards around 123. So right now, everybody, looking at every stock that we talked about this morning. Right now, we're watching DYAI out of the halt for the halt strategy, right? The gap up maybe around 460, washing out to that 444 level, then getting a nice big bounce up towards around $5. And we're also watching OGEN, a $1 pullback for the entry for the next leg up. This one has room to 123. So again, team, traders, everybody, you know I love you. Got to go ahead and shut the stream down over on YouTube. Again, we're 35 minutes into the day. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I was able to answer some of your guys' questions. And again, really just getting you guys prepared for the day, reviewing every single stock with news, what has the best opportunity and where your focus should be and where the best opportunity for profit is. So right now, before we end the stream, I want you guys watching OGEN for a $1 pullback for the next leg up towards around 123. I also want you guys watching DYAI for the halt strategy. Basically, we want to see a 10 to 20 cent gap up for this stock to immediately sell off back down to the 444 halt level, then it to bounce and get a nice big rip and run up towards around $5 to $5.20 over on DYAI. Top 2 stocks to be watching right now, followed by the rest of our back burner plays. But as we can see, OGEN has the hype, and we can see DYAI has the hype and the volume as well, as traders are waiting for the stock to get unhalted. Have an amazing day, traders. Happy and safe trading, and I will see you tomorrow bright and early for Hump Day. Pre-market commentary, baby. 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't miss out. I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. Have a good rest of your trading day.